In one of the toughest places to win at Kertajaya, you see the starters for the visiting Westsports Malaysia Dragons.
For the Westsports Malaysia Dragons, meanwhile, for the BTN CLS Knights, usual starters for them. For the Westsports Malaysia Dragons, I think one of the keys will connect consistently. That's going to force Watkins outside the paint and open up the lane for the penetration of Winston Shepherd.
And the visitors get the first possession. Westsports Malaysia Dragons in red, and the purple jerseys belonging to the CLS Knights as we are underway here at the Kertajaya Gymnasium in Surabaya, Indonesia. There's a give and go play immediately coming off the post for the Westsports Malaysia Dragons, and that ball movement.
For the BTN CLS Knights, they average about 36%, third best in the league.
Wow.
But in their last loss against the Singapore Slingers, only managed 6 3-pointers in that game. As Nana Egu.
Very patient offense being shown by the wards of Brian Rousem. However, there's a pick by Eversley, and into the front court, sidestepping and getting.
Chris Eversley, a little tentative, putting the ball on the floor, attacking Esho off the dribble.
Drive by Jawato, and a great feed going over to
strong backcourt of Herring and Wong Wei Long. They put a lot of pressure on the perimeter of opposing teams.
Drive by Esho, and he gets it to go.
Maxi Esho can hurt you, so the Knights up to task there.
Here's Esho, Wong Wei Long, catch and shoot three, off the glass, how about that?
Wong Wei Long.
Up off the glass, and the rebound cleared by Jawato.
Nobody there to get the second chance opportunity as Jawato.
Oh! Sudden burst of speed there, Marco. Apparent tear on his knee. And now we have the Dragons trying to get it back. Shepherd, Egwu, Chin using the screen. Chin puts it up, it's good.
Nice job there by Chin to hit that 17-footer.
And again, the local support for the Westsports Malaysia Dragons will also be very key in this game as Esho hits it from down. Slingers, they met up against San Miguel Ala Pilipinas today, and the defending champions coming away with that one on the road. And here's the drive now by Jawato. Comes up short. Jonathan's father is from Bali. His mother is from Los Angeles, and he grew up
living the surfer's life here in Indonesia. Stands at about 6'3", 6'4". Perman says he's actually not in game shape because he's not been able to really get his conditioning going.
That is a bad collision, and down goes Jonathan Wong, holding on to his. Yeah, he's being helped up right now. Let's see this one again. What happened here? Oh, looks like he got his knee pulled from underneath him. Experience as a player. Also the former national team coach of Qatar. Then Michael Jordan to come back for the, I believe, the 30th anniversary, just to come behind the Knights. 9 to shoot, and here's a pick coming from Shepherd. Shepherd attacks. Shepherd out to Low Shi-Fi, low for three, good!
That's a big shot there, stopping the bleeding, so to speak, here for the Dragons. His minutes go down here this season, especially with the addition of Wong Wei Long together with Doug Herring. So it's been mostly a 2-point guard backcourt as Nana Egu hits that sweeping left hand.
They move the ball around right now, and Eversley can't knock it down, and they're still struggling from the outside, the Dragons are.
And Winston Shepherd has had a difficult time attacking the basket. Good thing Chris Eversley continues to be aggressive.
For sure, Low Shi-Fi is bothered there by Sandy Cornelwa, not really known for his defense. Long pass, Maxi Esho!
What a connection there between Doug Herring.
Here in the first. Watkins on the trigger, taken away. Eversley at the buzzer. That would have counted if it had gone. So at the end of the first 10 minutes of action, second quarter happens when we return. It's that time by Daryl Watkins as we open the second quarter. Arif Hidayat sees an opening, great pass inside, and Daryl Watkins scores.
And that's going to be another assist for the home score.
On the floor, but the moment the game starts, that's really going to struggle to keep this court cool.
And it's really a matter of getting used to, because both teams are actually facing the same type of conditions, but it's just that the Knights are more used
to play in the first half. Herring tries to thread the needle. That's taken away again by the defense of the Dragons.
And this is what is keeping the Dragons in this game. First, by Corniao on offense. Nothing much happening on that sequence for the Knights.
And here's Winston Shepherd getting counts. The Knights only have 2 more games remaining. The Dragons still have a lot.
That is correct. And, for the Dragons, it's been an up and down season for them, especially coming off 4 straight losses. All day long.
The greatest three-point shooter in league history. Dragons to the shoot. Shepard lets it go in time, and there is the aggression from Maxi Esho.
And I like what they did on defense there on the initial setup by Westsports. They blitzed Shepard on that ball screen as Maxi Esho hits another three-pointer for the home squad.
By Maxi Esho again by the Dragons, and here they come. They're trying to look for Nana Egwu in the post. They want the clear out. Egwu working one-on-one now. And they send it around. Three-pointer is good once again. Boy, the shooting from the locals, that's Yek. So with 4:36 remaining here in the second, still a close one, but the Knights hanging on to a 2-point lead. Esho putting on the moves and gets the reverse.
So difficult whenever Maxi Esho gets that first step on you because of
Knights into the playoffs. He might be one of the candidates. He might be considered one of the strong candidates.
That's right.
For world MVP, and there's a turnover, an unforced one. Nana Egwu passing to nobody as Doug Herring finishes.
And what a finish there for Doug Herring against a 6. It's also what makes them one of the dark horses here in the league. If you take a look at their starting 5, I would think they would be able to match up with any of the starting 5s among the top teams.
As Daryl Watkins uses the left hand to finish, and Nana Egwu is guilty of the foul.
Especially when you have Daryl Watkins
To the BTN CLS Knights. Look at the confident stroke. It looks like he's been working with Wong Wei Long. 33-24 as we come up on 3 minutes to go. And another turnover. Jawato gives it up to Herring early, and Herring can't finish, but the tip-in is there from Maxi Esho. Herring looking for the foul.
Herring was actually looking for a clear recipient to pass to, and these turnovers have resulted in 14 turnover points for the CLS Knights.
This is a 9-zip run, finally laid to rest that time by Chris.
That he had Doug Herring on the mismatch down low, quickly attacks and scores inside.
Herring putting it on the floor, zigzagging, pulls up from 14 and nails it.
That's a great crossover dribble there in traffic.
Now and then, but nothing poor about the way he's been performing here for the Knights. Cross-court pass, Wong Wei Long. Wong Wei Long on the pull-up, quick release, bothered by the defense. And how about Maxi Esho at the right place at the right time?
Past 2 possessions. The first sign of action for Saroni is one of the enforcers.
Wow, that was just Nana Egwu using his tip remaining. Shepard pushing it up. Loshi 5 holds the brakes. Egwu for 3. Good!
And he's actually, I believe, second best.
39-31. 9 seconds to go in the second. Herring will now attack. Herring gets a screen. Herring, 1 second. Tough fall away. And I don't know if that would have counted, but the result is, after 20 minutes of action here at Westsports Malaysia Dragons, we are at the half. We will have more action from the ASEAN Basketball League live here in Indonesia.
Triples to their name, 4 of 11, while for the Dragons, they're 3 of 11 from long distance.
That should be a victory of sorts for the Westsports Malaysia Dragons, holding only 4 points, holding the CLS Knights to only 4 points as we have lead us down to 5.
That's right, and the local support has been there, coming from Yek Liang Chuan, who has back-to-back triples to his name.
Here's the post-up move now coming from Gerald Watkins. Watkins on the tough fall-away. How about that?
Showing Nana Egwu who he can also.
Shot clock and passes inside. It's taken away again by the Knights.
A lot of standing around there on offense on the part of the Westsports Malaysia Dragons. Another turnover. That's going to be number 14 for them.
Again, the mix-up in terms of defense, the defensive strategy has been working wonders now for the CLS Knights as Brandon Jawato gets the manufacturer free throw. Covering you. So when is this power couple going to get together? He says after the season.
So far,
yesterday against Hong Kong Eastern.
as we mentioned, if they're able to get a win here, they're going to reclaim the 8th spot. They're going to go up to 7 and 13.
Oh! From one circus shot to another, Brandon. Change the call. It becomes Knights basketball. Herring trying to get creative. Oh! Great rim protection by Nana Egwu. Into the front court, Chris Eversley on the finish.
And that last layup from Company was way back in the first quarter.
And another turnover against the Knights. Getting a little sloppy here in the third.
Shooting themselves on the foot from the field. Should have won from the line. A less than expected 26% from long.
Jawato getting the screen. Wong Wei Long all day to shoot, and the Lone Ranger delivers again.
And you know, off that ball.
Back to a 9-point lead for the BTN CLS Knights. Good ball movement here, finding the wide open Yek, and that set shot three is so effective.
And again, you mentioned that
Against Mono Vampire. Herring, great pass on the pick and roll. What do you think, Marco?
so far only 4 points for Winston Shepard. The defense has really recognized the strengths of Winston Shepard, and you know,
Only 2 losses at home for the Formosa Dreamers and the Macau Black Bears. Retro.
yeah. The only difference with Stacey Ogman is that he's not left-handed.
Yeah. Third. Wong Wei Long, the starting unit for Brian Rousem, seeing a lot of burn here in the third. Watkins. Single coverage being offered by Egu. Watkins on the drop-off. Jawato on the follow-away. And how about Doug Herring coming away with it? Esho for 3. Gone!
Opportunities for the CLS Knights. Yeah.
Another highlight. Here comes Shepard on the 3-on-2. And the finish coming from Wong.
And Brandon,
Opportunity for Yek, who sort of caught fire.
you know, you're right, Noel. Winston Shepard very passive here in the third quarter.
And Jawato is anything but.
Jawato is typically here.
Eversley.
So now you have 2 free throws for Chris Everett. 13 from the field.
Working the post, left-handed shot, won't work. Outlet pass with under a minute to go, and Chris Eversley on the finish.
One of the few fast break points, transition back game.
They are winning this third quarter. Doug Herring is such a genius of drawing fouls, and he'll get a 3-point play opportunity and move the hole. And Shepard have to be separated.
And Winston Shepard of the Knights. Esho has 2. Jawato has 2. And Daryl
15 seconds between the clocks. Here's Shepard. Down 12 points in the fourth quarter. And he helped engineer the victory. 1.6. Shepard good on 2.
early there.
Here's Eversley. Oh, great defense that time by Hidayat. And the heave is not going to work. But Arif Hidayat, BTN CLS Knights, 57-52. Fourth quarter happens when we return.
14 points already.
Sandy Cornyawan can't find the bottom of the Pacific Ocean the way he's shooting it right now. Oh, Winston Shepard taking it strong. Measly averages from the free throw line. And he continues to do.
Protect Nana Egu inside.
Jawato has been throwing up blanks today. Jawato doing what he does best, but can't finish. Jawato good on the first game. Coming into this one.
6% for the Westsports Malaysia Dragons.
Yeah, and if this low scoring affair continues, it usually favors the Westsports Malaysia Dragons. Wong Wei Long.
Point shooter. He did not have a knockdown 3-point shooter in the likes of a Wong Wei Long, as Eversley has struggled from the field.
Well, Yek has hit 3 of them. Staying with it is Darryl Watkins.
And with 4.
But that is still a precarious lead despite it being double digits at 11. Watkins inside to Herring.
And you know,
Here comes Shepard into the front court. Shepard wants to leave Esho. And that's going to be a foul. Now we do have 3:47 remaining. But Shepard. Eversley's also been a little bit more passive than normal here, but attacks and gets it to go.
16 point of the game.
Knights really wasting time. Esho. That could be big. Lo Shifai on the fake. They go inside Eversley, and Eversley gets fouled by Doug Herring.
That's a nice penetrating pass there on the stripe. And remember how he only had 4 points in that. He's 0 out of 6 down.
Herring will make his move now with 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nobody for the rebound. Dragons get it back. Lo Shifai to get it inside. Shepard's going to get an easy one. But again with 1:13. Jawato. Under a minute to go. Esho. Tiger.
So
Final score is all we're waiting for here. They let Eversley score.
to their record.
Wong Wei Long gets pressure, but they're not going to put it up anymore. That's what is after the buzzer. So our final
Fans, they limited the Westsports Malaysia Dragons to just 8 points in the final we've seen in Season 9.
The Knights